Hey y'all, welcome back. All right, let's go ahead and dive in and see what Divine Holy Spirit has for the collective. All right, you guys, my cards are in order by way of major arcana and through the elements. So, Divine Holy Spirit, what do you have for the collective? What does the collective need to know and be made aware of? Whew. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I had like a sense of like, it just felt like, okay, now's the time. It's almost as if, you've been practicing, like practice rehearsals for the real thing, and now the real thing is here, and just, that flushing moment comes over you, okay? Like you can't back down now. That's the energy. So, it's like you can't run either. So you got to go ahead and swallow and face whatever this is. I feel like it's a good thing though, y'all, because why would you put all that time into the, the practices and the pre-rehearsals or, for the real thing and dress rehearsals only to show up and back out? Like, that's not the energy, y'all. Ooh. So I am being shown like a red curtain and a stage, and the moment before that curtain rises, and then you're on stage and your head is down, you already taking your deep breath, you're praying under your breath, you've done everything that you can to prepare for this moment. The Ten of Swords just kind of popped out just now to reveal itself. All right, well, thank you, Spirit, for that. Okay, y'all, what is this? Whew. Thank y'all for coming back time and time again to check out the messages, and appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, and also subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I appreciate your monetary donations, and your donations by way of just a simple thank you is perfectly fine with me. But I, would like to express a thank you for those who have matched the energy by way of donating. Thank you so much. Whew. All right, y'all, here we go. Wow. Do y'all understand these deep breaths that I'm taking right now? Like, can y'all feel that? All right. Hold on, deck's upside down, y'all. Like, this is it. Like, this is the moment. All right, y'all, here we go. Here we are. Wow. Are y'all feeling excited? I know I am. All right. Thank you, Spirit. The King of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Spirit, please tell me more about this King of Swords energy. I'm hearing developments. So if we're following that up to this very moment energy, there have been developments made. I hear pending, so it seems like it was pending. So possibly the judgment has been made on some sort of situation, person, place, or thing involving this King of Swords. And right now, collective, I don't know if you're showing up as the King of Swords or this is someone connected to you, but I will tell you the information with that pending. Something's already been decided. So I'm hearing absolute. So if this were like a court judge sort of scenario, plaintiff, defendant, I hear somebody has to pay up. Somebody has to pay up. So the pending means they just got to finish with the paperwork because it's already been decided here. Spirit, who is this King of Swords? Who is this King of Swords? I heard you. Collective, you're showing up as the King of Swords. I'm getting all these P words right now. Plan, property, prioritize. This is something that puts you, that whole pending and just the birthing of this situation overall with whoever this is that entered into your life, that started this process. Because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here to where you are about to, like the moment is here. We wouldn't be here. So shout out to that person, right? But they completed this by you being promoted as the King of Swords. The King of Swords does not play, y'all. This is the one that comes up with the plans, but then also Nobody's going to come up against this King of Swords because of the title and the position that they hold. I mean, it's been proven time and time again that that sword is a mighty weapon. So this could be like a silent person, somebody who kind of just works on their own. They don't bother anybody. You know, they're always trying to rehash and better things, improve things, work their way out of things by way of thought. So that's quiet. That's between you and God. So this means you don't show your hand. You didn't reveal things. You didn't go tit for tat with somebody. You know, because the whole point of that is for them to antagonize you so they can know what it is that you're planning, so they could get you to kind of blurt it out or throw it back at them what your intentions are. You didn't have any of that. You didn't have to worry about that because you never lie down with that kind of energy. But this is why you're showing up as the king now, because you've mastered this ability. You've mastered that ability to not come down off of your throne. It's not worth it. Like, why would I even do that? That's what you would ask them, collective, as to why, you know, they're trying to taunt you and do all these certain things to you to try to think that you're going to lower your vibration, aka step off of your throne. You're not going to do that. And they know this, but now your moment is here, King of Swords. Doesn't have to be gender-based, but the king is above the queen, the knight, and the page, and has been all the way from the ace to the 10. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Ooh, thank you, God, for that. Let's see what this is. So the first card to fly out, y'all, was this Two of Wands reverse, but it's way over here. But, you know, I feel like this is outlook. Like this is future tense energy. That Two of Wands in reverse is better than if it were in the upright, because that means you're actually going to now walk through that threshold of those wands. That's action. So that's like, you know, I'll move when I'm ready to move energy. Like nobody's going to move me. I'll determine that. But, you know, that's by way of the Holy Spirit leading and guiding you. It's not ego-based. You know, you've built that sword up, and that could be looked at as that relationship with the spiritual realm, your ancestors, your guides, whoever it is that you call on to help you plan and prioritize and attack. Like silently attack without even having to do anything. All right. So I wanted to mention that, but I do feel inclined to, you know, kind of walk, you know, from that energy from the King of Swords over to that Two of Wands reverse. So let's see what's here. So I see underneath some energy, and also it looks like it's on top of, I do see the reveal of this Two of Swords energy. Let's see what's going on with that, because you know that Two of Swords is a decision with twos, but the Swords is not having a lot to go off of. So that means, you know, physically, emotionally, there wasn't a lot to really put your feelers around to get information. This may not be you, though. This could be then that antagonist. They didn't know how to approach you or what to say, what to do in order to gain entry to knowing what your next steps are. It was access denied. All right, let's see what's on top of here. Look at this. It's beautiful. We have the Ace of Swords here and the World card. Somebody's fate was determined on which way you were moving. It's like I'm seeing somebody shifting and shimmying on a basketball court. It's like the juke or the whatever they call it. You don't know which way they're gonna go. That was a problem with this person. Possibly this Knight of Pentacles. We'll get to that though. But with the World card here, they knew that they had to depend on you for their new beginning, whatever this is. But the problem is they couldn't come up with anything original, anything creative, anything new to step outside their former way of thinking. Yes, they got a new beginning, but without you. But the whole point of this World card with the completion is that's what it was supposed to be, the end result. It was supposed to be that you rise to this position as King of Swords. And this faker, the one who was trying to throw rocks at a glass house, is the one who had to fall back into a new beginning by themselves. Now, with these many approaches here with this Knight of Pentacles, it's in the reverse pretty much. The many approaches that they made, they thought that they could buy their way of attention. I'm hearing promotion and habit. So this came like a redundant, repetitive thing for them. They figured if they could just come show you a good time, come in and then leave back out, then that would have been enough. But unfortunately, this person played them own selves here. But it was designed this way because you see the Two of Swords, they're blindfolded. They don't have anything to go off of, but then that was the whole point here with the King of Swords energy. You can't let them know your next move. At least that's how the King of Swords operates. I don't know about the King of Cups and, the King of Pentacles and, all that good stuff. I don't know how they operate in this energy. But right now we're talking about swords, thoughts. You had to keep quiet, but you had to move in silence. That's been a theme here. Because I did put a image screenshot of the Queen of Swords, but this is energy from last week even, when the reading, that Let's Get Ready to Rumble reading between that Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, that Queen of Swords, even after that reading, was telling me killers move in silence. But look who we have. The King of Swords, the counterpart, or the upgrade of. All right, y'all. So behind this Knight of Pentacles reverse, the one who tried to buy their way into your heart or your space, your mind, your energy, has the Eight of Swords. So it's like their very actions landed them into this Eight of Swords energy, to where they're holding their own selves captive here. They're so worried about you, King of Swords. They cannot mentally move on. They have their new beginning. It's a stale old beginning with this Ace of Swords reverse, but they still can't move on without you. It's like they need those swords. Like they covet those swords because they identify that with you. So let's break that down a little further, you guys. So if we know the King of Swords is known for their mental agility and abilities, this person was using that same energy that you possess to benefit them. So perhaps you're a free thinker, or you don't let a lot of things hold you that's going to block your mental ability to be free. Mind you, this person is consumed with that very thing, these swords. They want to be free, but they want to be free like you. Matter of fact, walking down the sidewalk this morning, walking the dog, I'm thinking like, I understand why people covet other people, or basically it's like, why are you so content? That was the question presented to me as I was having my little daily stroll this morning. It could be me in particular, but also I felt, that's a word for a lot of people. You have family members who look at you. Mind you, they've oftentimes tried to present this pentacle thinking they could buy their way into things, buy their way into self-esteem, buy their way into a zip code, buy their way into someone's heart. But since that had failed you, they want to know, why didn't it work with you? And then two, why are you so content without what I have, what I covet, what I feel opens doors for me? But you don't seem that you parade that same thing around like I do, but then yet you're just you're solid. That's the energy here, y'all. They're walking around with this pentacle trying to buy their way into things and places and situations, and it's being refused. But now they're looking at you with these swords like, I want to be like this person, but they're all in their head as to, all I have is a pentacle nobody wants. But how did they get to this King of Swords status? There's more there, y'all, but for the sake of time, I'm going to just keep pressing forward, y'all. So let's see what's underneath this Two of Swords. we have, the Tower. All right, so yeah, you guys already know about what this tower has to do with, but I told you we have this person to thank, because if it weren't for them, we would not have had a need to arrive to this King of Swords status. And it's also as if this is some sort of appreciation gift or ceremony to even recognize that, oh my God, I'm now the King of Swords because of this person. And if it weren't for them, they would have never experienced this tower falling in their own lives, because they should really mind their business. They should really stick to what they know. They should really stop trying to get inside of your energy field to figure you out, because it's not working. It wasn't meant for them to understand this. Now they get to start over with I shouldn't have. Okay, let's bring it out. Idolizing you, because that definitely was on the tip of my tongue and it needed to be made known. Someone is idolizing you, collective. You're the king. Why wouldn't they? But all they have is pentacles. They need to figure out how to get these swords. Now, whatever they tried to do, it caused a new beginning, but it wasn't with the sword energy, with the ace being in the reverse. No, they wanted it in the upright, because that means they get to become you and be like you. This idolization energy is here, y'all. Y'all, okay, so I was taken back to that channeling energy of this is the moment. This is the performance. The curtain's about to open. You can't. So you guys, the video cut off, but I didn't realize it until after the reading was finished. So to my disappointment, not even disappointed, but I'm gonna just try to pick up, I do channel, so I cannot recreate what was already said, because I don't remember exactly things that came to me at that moment. But anyway, you guys, I can tell you, when I shifted from, this energy over to where this King of Cups resides, this King of Cups was letting me know that they were full of excuses at the time of the reading. Because it looks like this Six of Swords reverse energy, by way of their own spirit team that they were designed to have, showed up for them, and they also told this person by way of appointed time to meet them there so they could cloak them, take them out of whatever mental, situation that was affecting them, or, if they were going down the wrong road, the spirit team needed to come and reboot with them by removing them and, doing all of those wonderful things that our spirit team does. This King of Cups, though, was distracted, of course, time after time. They knew to show up at this appointed time, because what I got during the reading was, this is like, God creator knocking on the door of your heart saying, you need to fix this. And the King of Cups was well aware that, they needed to repair some things, because they are like the king of emotions, heart-centered things. But their denial or refusal of, with this Five of Swords, was like, well, I've been doing this for so long, so why would I disrupt a good thing with this Six of Pentacles? Because they were benefiting from something here. Something was definitely going in their favor, whereas it caused an imbalance, but it had to do with financial gain. I heard independence just now. So there was something that they were, good at doing that allowed them to have these new opportunities. But, I got in the reading at that time that they often fumbled the ball, because it wasn't a good foundation here. So this is a spirit team showing up saying, meet us here at this time, or, we're knocking on the door of your heart at this time. You need to apologize to that person, or you need to make it right. You need to balance the scales out. You know what you need to do it. But, they got distracted and said, well, okay, they told the spirit team, I'll be there. But, the spirit team didn't even bother showing up, because, of course, they knew the King of Cups would not meet them there. I mean, duh. So the Three of Wands reverse is letting me know that the King of Cups tried to come back and tap in and say, okay, I'm ready now. Can you come back and get me? And, it was like this back and forth thing of like game playing. Like the King of Cups was basically like negotiating with God by making excuses as to why they didn't show up at the appointed time. And that appointed time had to do with them healing. this reading had such a beautiful ending, you guys, with the, the channel energy. I'll try to see if, we can reclaim it. But, I mean, not even try to see, but I'm going to just go ahead with the message. All right, so we move back over to that Two of Wands energy, and the neighbor starts up again. It was quiet, y'all, before I got back on here, because I had to kind of muster up the, the strength to be able to get back behind the table to reintroduce the energy to you. Here comes the squeaker. This was the same thing that was going on in the original. It was quiet, y'all. I promise it was quiet. All right, y'all. So with the strength energy, I was taken by the illustrations in the card, but what it came to, we came to a full understanding by the end of the reading that this strength card had to do with acknowledgement of who you are. Because there was a reference made to the lady in the card, whoever that is. You could be a man, whatever it is. It could be a situation. But, the lion is the king of the jungle. But there had to be a respect for one another. Both of them had their own reason for being there and being in this position to where this lady is able to place her hands, her delicate hands, around this mighty, ferocious mouth of this lion. And this lion having to abide by that, saying, I can't, demolish this woman right now like I know I can. So there was an understanding that had to come to terms here. And I feel like it had to go back to this King of Swords being allowed their rightful position. So it wasn't as beautiful as it was during the original channeling, but it's, it is the conclusion though. All right, I hope this helps.